Have some of that. It's time for me to speak. Hello, everybody. It's story and joke time, and here is your host, Mr. Duncan Morris. Woo, woo, woo! Yay! It's Duncan. Duncan's here. Woo! Etc. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I've just turned down the sound just a little bit because I could see it was peaking on the red thing there. Now, I'm very excited about today. I've got 3 classic books for you today. We've got The Lost Acorns, one of the Percy the Park Keeper series, right there. Love The Lost Acorns. Well, actually, I'll be honest with you, I've never read The Lost Acorns. I've no idea what it's like, but it's the Percy the Park Keeper stories are brilliant, right? Then there's A Wocket in My Pocket. Never read that one either. Never read it. No idea what to expect. Looking forward to that. My camera's gone quite dark, hasn't it? And well, everyone's read this one, right? The Gruffalo. Oh my goodness, it's time for the Gruffalo. Now, as we're all getting it, thank you for the applause there, Tamsin. As we're getting started then, I am going to let Facebook join us with a big press of a button like this, and I get to say this. Hello, Facebook people. Thank you very much for joining us on Facebook as well as YouTube. You are more than welcome to join us over on YouTube, where your jokes will appear on the screen and the books that I hold up will be the right way round. So that's entirely up to you. So great to see so many people popping in today. I'm very excited about today. What a story the Gruffalo is. How have you all been? Tell me how you've been. I had a great time at Alex's session earlier on, Sing with Alex. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get with it, G-friend. Okay, it's great stuff. What have we got over here? It's good stuff. So, sorry, it's just my laptop was doing funny things. I'll tell you about what I've been up to today, I think. Today, I have been desperately trying. I had loads of plans for today, ton of plans, and I've been trying my best to get them done. I've not got them done. I managed to get one thing plus this feed set up because I was trying to get sound ready, because tonight I'm doing a concert for NHS staff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, back on my Facebook page, and if you're on YouTube, that's Facebook. And you need to go back, facebook.com/Duncan the Singer. I posted a link to a whole thing that's happening where Dr. Julia Jones, who was the person behind Folkestone becoming a music town, the world's first music town. Dr. Julia Jones has set up a thing whereby musicians can do 45-minute concerts for people who work for the NHS and their families. And I'm doing one of them tonight. I'm doing them every Thursday. And obviously, as some of you will know, I've been having lots of sound issues, so I've been trying my best to sort them out. Oh, it's been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. But I got it sorted. Finally got it sorted with lots of help from Mr. Alex McNeese and my sister-in-law as well. She helped me out with some sound check stuff. So that should be fine. Very excited about that. Now, how are we doing for jokes? Alex says, hello. The NHS gigs are amazing. Now, I've not done one yet, but I do not doubt it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I know Alex does his at 11 o'clock on a Monday morning, which is brilliant. Where are the Limingers? Tamsin says, where are those Limingers? Well, all I know is that the Limingers can't possibly win best joke if they don't submit any jokes. What I do like is the fact that we got 3 likes on this video already. So your job, while we're waiting for people to turn up, your job is to press that like button, make sure you've subscribed, and share this video on all your social media and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to it. Now this story is this is what we're starting with, The Lost Acorns. It's actually, I was just flicking through it, it's much longer than I thought, so I'm gonna try and get through that at a bit of a clip, I think, so that we're not here all day, because like I say, I've got a gig, got a live gig at 7 o'clock, which is exciting. Oh look, hold on, I'm seeing comments coming up, and I told my doctor I heard buzzing, but he said it's just a bug going around. Ha! I told my doctor I heard buzzing, but he said it's just a bug going around. Now, I've got to say that's the winning joke so far, because it's the only joke so far. Alex, you've never been in with a better chance, apart from when you did all those good jokes. I told my doctor I heard buzzing, but he says it's just a bug going around. I love that joke. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, oh, how superb. Right, the numbers are going up. This is exciting for me. I think we're getting to a point where we're going to start sharing the story. First story is The Lost Acorns. This is by Nick Butterworth. Now, I'm sure there was a TV series of Percy the Park Keeper, but I might be wrong. If there was, and I'm changing his voice from that, I do apologise, but my memory basically goes back about as far as 3 days ago, and even then it's sketchy at best. So I can't remember what he's supposed to sound like, so I'm going to do my own. I've basically got three. You might have noticed when I've been doing these stories, I've got about 3 accents. I've got posh, I've got Mockney, and I've got West Country. And if a character doesn't fit into one of those 3, he gets forced into one of those 3. That's just the way it goes. So while we're waiting for more jokes, I'm going to read this story. I will move along just a tiny bit like that. And look what I did, because last week I put these up in the top corner like a fool. Now I can put them in the bottom corner so I don't have to keep moving my head out of the way. Here we go. Right, and if you're on Facebook and you don't know what I'm talking about, just get yourself over to YouTube where you can see the book and the pages all the right way round. The Lost Acorns, a Percy the Park Keeper story by Nick Butterworth. I do love the autumn, said Percy the Park Keeper. Percy was out looking for a good place to plant the last of his spring bulbs. Oh, Jessica Williams has just said hello, Duncan, and everyone. Hello, Jessica. I do hope we get some good jokes from you. I'm going to be keeping an eye out. That's over on Facebook. You can submit your jokes on, and Trevor's here as well on Facebook. Again, you can submit your jokes on both, but I'm more likely to see them on YouTube. I'll keep an eye out, but just to warn you, if you tell me your jokes on Facebook, I might not see them, whereas I'll definitely see them on YouTube. I'll start again. I do love the autumn, said Percy the Park Keeper. Percy was out looking for a good place to plant the last of his spring bulbs. Over there, I think, said Percy. My daffodils and snowdrops will look wonderful around that holly bush. As Percy set to work, a robin flew by and landed next to him. Hello, Percy. What a lot of berries. Yes, said Percy. That means it's going to be a long, cold winter. Does it? I'm sceptical myself, but never mind. The robin fluffed up his feathers and flew off with a shiver. Percy carried on with his work, but then he stopped and stared at the ground. There was a strange trembling in the earth around the holly bush. Suddenly, soil burst into the air and one of Percy's bulbs popped out of the ground, balanced on a little pink nose. Mole, sighed Percy. I thought we agreed no molehills on the grass. The mole blinked in the sudden daylight. Sorry, Percy, he snuffled. I got lost. Percy smiled. Well, try to dig more carefully in the future. Percy replanted the bulb. He still had quite a few left, so he decided to plant them around a large oak tree. But as he knelt down to start digging, something hit him in the head. Oh, it was an acorn. Percy looked up, but he couldn't see anything. Then another acorn bounced off his cap. This time he heard giggling. Come on then, said Percy. Show yourself, you rascal. A squirrel's head popped out. Boo, she said. I surprised you, didn't I, Percy? You certainly did. Percy laughed. The squirrel scampered down and picked up her acorns. What are you doing? She asked. I'm planting my spring bulbs, said Percy. Oh, said the squirrel, I thought you were burying nuts for the winter. I've buried lots and lots. Well, it's a good job you have, said Percy. It's going to be a long, cold winter. Well then, said the squirrel, I'd better go and bury these last few. I've got an extra special secret hiding place. Soon Percy had finished. There, he said, shaking the soil off his trowel. Time for tea and buttered toast. But poor Percy hadn't gone very far when he got a nasty shock. Somebody had been digging up his bulbs. It's not good, is it? Percy bent down and picked one up. There were small tooth marks on it. Someone's been trying to eat my bulbs, said Percy. Who would do that? Then Percy heard something or someone. And the someone was not very happy. Percy peered out from behind a tree. There was Squirrel. She was digging up another one of his bulbs. She sniffed at it and took a bite, and then she threw it away. What on earth are you doing? Said Percy. Oh, Percy, said the Squirrel in a shaky voice. I've looked everywhere. I can't find them. There, there, said Percy. Now, tell me, what can't you find? My acorns, she wailed. I hid them in a special secret hiding place and now I can't remember where it was. Don't worry, said Percy. I'll help you collect some more. But there aren't any more, she sobbed. Well, in that case, we'll just have to go on digging until... But before he could finish, Percy was interrupted by a strange rumbling noise. Suddenly, the mole burst out of the ground in a shower of acorns. Oh dear, he blinked. Lost again. Sorry. But Percy just laughed. It looks like the mole has found somebody's extra special secret hiding place, he chuckled. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, said the Squirrel. Now, I'd better hide them again, somewhere really, really safe. Not just yet, said Percy. Not until you've helped me replant my bulbs, and then we'll all go back to my hut for tea and buttered toast. Or perhaps you'd prefer acorns. There we go. I like that little story. That's a nice, calm little story about a nice, calm park keeper. How lovely is that? Now, thank you for listening to that one with me. I enjoyed that one very much. The good old lost acorns. I love the Percy the Park Keeper stories. I've got a few of them, so I'm going to be doing them. I'm probably going to do a few of them over the next few weeks. Now, I can't help but notice, thank you very much for saying that's a good story, Tamsin. I quite agree. I can't help but notice there have been loads of comments. So let's find out what jokes I have missed. Oh, look. The Limingers are here. And it says, Duncan was on TV from before the start. That I don't know what you mean by that, but I deserve to be on TV. Hello, Limingers. Hi, Alex. Hi, everyone. Why don't Dalmatians like hide and seek? Because they're always spotted. Good joke there, Megan. Appreciate that one. Oh, look. Do you know what? You put because they always get spotted, and I amended it in my head because they are always spotted. And then you've actually already corrected yourself down there. So, Megan, double good there. You're currently in the lead with Tamsin is the lead for the grown-ups, but that's definitely the best joke so far. Hello, mummies. Of all the story and joke sessions in the world, what do you call a bear with no ears? Jessica Williams, that is a quality joke. I don't know if that's one of yours or if there's a child there with you, Jessica, so you're going to need to let me know on that one so that I know whether I'm putting you in the child category or the adult category. But that is a brilliant joke, and whichever category it's in, it's winning that category. That is brilliant. Here we go, from Helen. Oh, from Esme. Doctor, doctor, I feel like a bridge. Why? What has run over you? A car, 2 bikes and a lorry. That's a good one, Esme. I like that. What do you call a stick of dynamite that keeps coming back to you? A boomerang. There are some good jokes. Where are all these jokes coming from? I love it. Absolutely love it. That boomerang joke is amazing. Tamsin. You know I love a sneaky bit of wordplay. This is a good one. I can't even say it. What do you call two octopuses that look the same? Identical. Amazing. Yes, Jessica's... of course they are. Jessica, I'm sorry. I didn't put two and two together. There's so many people... do you know what? There's so many Jessicas knocking around, Jessica, that I couldn't work out. You sent them... Did you really send them joke books? Because they are smashing these jokes. But Jessica, that means it's your joke and you are in the lead with the adults. But are you? I think Identical might have actually taken it. I did really like that. A bear with no ears. A b. Or Identical. I mean, you know what I'm like. I'm such a sucker for a little pun like that. What a great, great joke. And I'm glad you sent the girls joke books, Jessica, because that has enabled them to come up with joke after joke. Unless you were joking when you said you sent them the joke books. My favourite book when I was a child was called the Ha Ha Bonk Book, which is by Janet and Alan Alberg. And what a great book that was. So funny. I don't have it anymore. I wish I did. If I had that joke book right now, I could read it. And I also had a book called 101 Jokes for Kids. But I reckon there's probably been about 1,000 books called 101 Jokes for Kids. I love the Identical one too, Jessica. Now, story number 2. It is time for There's a Wocket in My Pocket. I've never read this story before. There it is. Look, it's just popped up down there. I like the way that happens. There's a wocket in my pocket right there. So I had to remember then, in my head, the reason it took me so long to point is that in my head I was like, right, it's actually down there for me. So I've got to remember that I point that way. So I went down there. So you'd all be impressed that I pointed the right way, even though you don't understand why it's tricky. And if people are on Facebook watching this, they're going to be even more confused because they're going to be like, well, hey, what are you talking about? I can't even see a book, but you know, I did. If you're on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. I remember the Ha Ha Bonk book. Wasn't it brilliant? I reckon I was about 7 or 8 when that came out, or at least when I got it. I got it from a book club at school, and yeah, it was brilliant. And that was, well, I don't let you through the window here too much, but that was about 1987, 88, I guess. Somebody find out what year the Ha Ha Bonk book is. Was. It might be much older than me. So let's go. Well, let's do this joke and then we'll go. Why did the skunk have to stand in the corner? It was a little stinker. Megan, I like that one. I like that one. I'm not sure what's winning. I think Boomerang. I actually prefer your boomerang. See, you're trying to beat your own jokes. Boomerang is winning at the moment for the kids, and Identical is winning for the grown-ups. So, you know. Oh, look, this. Right, last one before I read this book. How do you make a fruit punch? Give it boxing lessons. Thank you, Esme. That's a good one. And I like Tamsin's little mask for the little stinker. Right, lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, let us. Part of me always wants to stop these, just hide these comments while we're doing this story, so you don't get distracted. But also, people need to see the jokes as they're coming up, so I'm going to keep them there because I'm nice like that kind of guy I am. Now, I'm confused. It started writing already. Oh, I see. It's just like an early bit. I get it. So, Dr. Seuss or Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss, 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 Dr. Seuss. I'm gonna rock you good, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Anyway, I don't know what happened there. I'll tell you what happened. I sang the song Rock Me Amadeus to the words Dr. Seuss. There's a wocket in my pocket. I've never read this before. I don't know how it goes, but I trust that it's going to be a cracking book. Are you ready? Oh, look, before I do, the Ha Ha Bonk book was from 1982, so it was already an established book when I first read it about 5 years later. But it was still my favourite book. I loved it, loved it. And then I discovered The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then that was all I read for about 5 years. True story. Well, The Hitchhiker's isn't. Me reading it is true. but the book itself is a work of fiction. Anyway, are you ready? Did you ever have the feeling there's a wasket in your basket? Or a neuro in your bureau? Or was it in your closet? Sometimes I feel quite certain there's a jerton in the curtain. Look at all these things. There's a jerton. And look, sometimes I have the feeling there's a zlock behind the clock. And that zelf upon the shelf, I have talked to him myself. That's the kind of house I live in. There's a nink in the sink and a zamp in the lamp. And they're rather nice, I think. Some of them are very friendly, like the yacht in the pot. But that yottle in the bottle, some are friendly, some are not. I like the Zabel on the table and the Gare under the chair. But that bofer on the sofa, well, I wish he wasn't there. All those nubbards in the cupboards, they're good fun to have about, but that noothgrush on my toothbrush, him I could do without. The only one I'm really scared of is that vug under the rug. And that Quimney up the chimney, I don't like him, not at all. And it makes me feel sort of nervous when the Zoll shoots down the hall. But the Yeps on the steps, they're great fun to have around. And so are many, many other friends that I have found. Like the Teller and the Nella and the Geller and the Della and the Bella and the Weller and the Zeller in the cellar. And the Geeling on the ceiling and the Zower in my shower and the Zillow on my pillow. Oh, I don't care if you believe it. That's the kind of house I live in, and I hope we never leave it. There we go. What a great start. I mean, it's absolute nonsense. It's the kind of thing you expect from Dr. Seuss. Absolute lunacy. There we go. Right. On Facebook, Trevor has said that he needs to beat Alex. Now, Alex actually won 2 weeks ago, so it's been a while since Alex won. But he said, what's the difference between the England football team and the... oh, sorry, I've messed up your joke there, Trevor. I'll start again. What's the difference between the England football team and a tea bag? The tea bag stays in the cup longer. It's a great joke. It's a great joke, Trevor. I mean, the fact that we nearly got to the final last time. It was only extra time that stopped us. It doesn't work as well now. Anyway, right, here we go. Silly joke from Shelley over on Facebook. You're more than welcome to join us on YouTube, Shelley. The link's in the description. What's green and dangerous and lives in a tree? Answer, a caterpillar with a machine gun. Great joke. Great joke. I like that. I've always liked what's green, got 6 legs, and if it falls out of a tree, it'll kill you. A snooker table. True story. Right, so let's see where we are with all of your jokes. We've got that. Yesterday, I swallowed some food colouring. The doctor says I'll be fine, but I feel like I've died a little inside. I couldn't finish saying it, Jessica, without laughing, so you've moved into the lead. That's beating identical. There we go. It's just beating it. Good old Dr. Seuss, says Tamsin. I'll have what he's having. I'm presuming what he's having is worms right now because he's not with us anymore, I don't think. Is he? I don't know. When's Dr. Seuss? Let's find out. Let's have a look at the date in the front of this book. If there is a date in the front of this book. Well, it was written in 1957. So, it's not impossible that he could still be with us, is it? If he wrote it when he was young. My wife's grandpa is 98. He was born in 1922. So, yeah. It's just possible. I don't know. You'll have to find out. Is Dr. Seuss with us? You're like my Googling committee. I like it very much. Now, carrying on with these jokes. Why do cannibals like the dentist best? Oh, why do cannibals like dentists best? They're the most filling. You're right, Megan. It did make me laugh. I do like that joke. One from Esme. How does the man in the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. And that's in the lead. That's just launched. That's stratospheric. That is boom. Knocked that one out of the park. That has gone well into the lead for the children. Amazing. Let's see what we've got. I was shocked when the doctor told me I was colourblind. It really came out of the purple. I had to read that twice to work out what the joke was. It really came out of the purple. Colourblind family. I'm sensitive about that. I don't care. It really came out of the purple. Eclipse it is a great joke. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use a honeycomb. There we go. True story. What do you call a Frenchman in sandals? Philippe Fallope. Do you know what? I've never put on flip-flops without saying Philippe Fallope. It's true, especially when my wife and I have been in France, because we go there most years. Don't know if we'll be able to go this year. And we're like, oh, have you got your flip-flops? And then one of us will always say Philippe Fallope every single time. So whilst I love that joke, it's not going to beat the Eclipse It from Esme, which is just too good at the moment. That's too good. That's a quality joke, and it's made me feel happy because I like that joke very much. So Dr. Seuss died in 1991. There we go. That is the end of him. So yeah, he's not on anything, but when he wrote these stories, goodness me. But they're brilliant because they teach you about the way words work and the sound of words, and they help with spelling and rhythm and poetry and stuff. I love them. I absolutely love a poem where it just goes, do you know what? I'm just going to rhyme it with this nonsense word. Why not? Who is in the lead? At the moment, Esme is in the lead for the children. Esme is winning overall with... Esme's winning overall with... Where is it? I've forgotten what it is. I've forgotten what your joke is, Esme, but it is really good. Oh, how does the man in the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. It's just too good a joke, that. I mean, it's going to take something special to beat that from the kids. So Esme is winning there. And I think for the grown-ups, what am I going to go for? I quite like the Died a Little Inside, but I think came out of the purple because the punchline came out of the purple for me. Eclipse It is such a good joke, isn't it, Jessica? You're quite right. Sundays are happy, but the day before is Saturday. It is a Saturday. Honestly, every single time we're just about to start story and joke time, and I'm like, but one of these days we're going to run out of jokes. We haven't yet. They're getting better. It's so good. You guys really, really impress me. Oh, on Facebook, I'm trying to reconnect. I must be on the wrong wireless connection. So let's just get off that wireless connection. And I should reconnect over on Facebook. Hello, Facebook people. I'm sorry, I disconnected very briefly. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's the same joke. I thought we were getting a new joke, but it just popped up again. Brilliant, brilliant joke. So we are moving on to the Gruffalo. Now, what happened was when I was about 21 years old, 22 years old, I was working in a nursery in Hythe. And in that nursery, I first discovered this book. So let's just find out, what year was it written? Let's find out. So yes, it was written, so it was a very new book when I first read it. Very new. It was only a couple of years old when I first read it in 2001. And instantly I fell in love with it. And I finished work that day. And I went straight to a bookshop and I bought it. Bookshop in Hythe. I love this story so much. Now, this isn't my copy. I had to borrow a copy because I can't find my copy. My copy's got a gold stamp on it and everything. But this is such a good joke. Such a good joke story. It's really, really good. Oh, Megan's made an entry. Is it going to... What do you give a kitten to help it grow? Fertilizer. Can I just say you actually just give it cat food, Megan. Just give it cat food. That'll help it grow. Great joke. My cat, every single time I go to the vets, they either tell me off for my cat not having grown at all or tell me it's grown too much. Can't win. But, you know, what are you going to do? He's around the same way. Fertilizer. I love it, love it, love it. Here we go. So, oh look, I've still got There's a Wocket in My Pocket up. That's not on because we're on to the Gruffalo now. The Gruffalo, the best book. Well, actually, because I read that story the other day, didn't I? And I can't remember what it was. Oh, Charlie Cook's favourite book. And that became my favourite instead. But that was still by Julia Donaldson. She's very talented. So, are we ready? Now, I've read this book story so many times that I know how to do all the voices. So I should just move myself over so that you can see the whole thing. A mouse took a stroll through the deep, dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse?" "Come and have lunch in my log pile house, underground house." It's underground. "It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have tea with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws." "Where are you meeting him?" "Here, by these rocks, and his favourite food is roasted fox." "Roasted fox, I'm off," Fox said. "Goodbye, little mouse," and away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? On went the mouse through the deep, dark wood. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse?" "Come and have tea in my tree-top house." "It's frightfully nice of you, owl, but no, I'm going to have tea with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose." "Where are you meeting him?" "Here, by this stream, and his favourite food is owl ice cream." "Owl ice cream, to-wit, to-woo, goodbye, little mouse," and away owl flew. Silly old owl, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. A snake saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse?" "Come for a feast in my log pile house." "Well, it's wonderfully good of you, snake, but no, I'm having a feast with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? His eyes are orange, his tongue is black, he has purple prickles all over his back." "Where are you meeting him?" "Oh, here by this lake, and his favourite food is scrambled snake." "Scrambled snake, it's time I hid. Goodbye, little mouse," and away snake slid. Silly old snake, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffle? Oh, but who is this creature with terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart on the end of his nose. His eyes are orange, his tongue is black, he has purple prickles all over his back. Oh, help! Oh no! It's a Gruffalo! "My favourite food," the Gruffalo said. "You'll taste good on a slice of bread." "Good," said the mouse. Don't call me good. I'm the scariest creature in this wood. Just walk behind me and soon you'll see. Everyone is afraid of me. All right, said the Gruffalo, bursting with laughter. You go ahead and I'll follow after. They walked and walked until the Gruffalo said, I hear a hiss in the leaves ahead. Oh, that's Snake, said the mouse. Why, Snake, hello. Snake took one look at the Gruffalo. Oh, crumbs, he said. Goodbye, little mouse. And off he slid to his log pile house. You see, said the mouse, I told you so. Amazing, said the Gruffalo. They walked some more until the Gruffalo said, I hear a hoot in the trees ahead. That's Owl, said the mouse. Why, Owl, hello. Owl took one look at the Gruffalo. Oh dear, he said. Goodbye, little mouse. And off he flew to his treetop house. You see, said the mouse, I told you so. Astounding, said the Gruffalo. They walked some more until the Gruffalo said, I can hear feet on the path ahead. That's Fox, said the mouse. Why, Fox, hello. Fox took one look at the Gruffalo. Oh, help, he said. Goodbye, little mouse. And off he ran to his underground house. Well, Gruffalo, said the mouse, you see, everyone is afraid of me. But now my tummy is starting to rumble, and my favourite food is Gruffalo crumble. Gruffalo crumble, the Gruffalo said, and quick as the wind he turned and fled. All was quiet in the deep, dark wood. The mouse found a nut, and the nut was good. I do love that story. Love it so very, very much. First time I read it, I thought, what an incredible story that is. Let's get myself somewhere in the middle. Thank you very much for listening to that. Now, excellent voices. I like the snake particularly, do you? Maybe that's because you're the snake yourself. I might be wrong. Who knows? Maybe that's a bit mean. You're not a snake, are you? You're not a snake. Right, what have I missed? What have I missed? Oh, look, loads. You should have been listening to the story. I do want to say that. I'm not gonna make you feel bad, but you should have been listening to the story, not writing your own jokes. I'll let you off. I'll let you off because it's story and joke time. I haven't, need to delineate time. Right. So where we go? Jessica took a joke away. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure there's a reason. We've got fertilizer. What's a teddy bear's favourite pasta? Tagliatelle. It's a good joke, Esme. Esme, you're smashing it today, I have to say. What do pandas use to fight? Their bare hands. You guys, you kill me. I love it. Absolutely love it. There's no such thing as a Gruffalo, says Helen Blake. Exactly. Or is there? Jessica, a little boy... Oh, hello, it's jumped down. A little boy swallowed a load of coins and had to go to the hospital. His grandmother phoned to see how he was, and the nurse replied, no change yet. I do like that. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. Esme, I know that joke already, so I found it difficult to... When I first heard that joke, I laughed a lot. Esme, you're amazing. Need someone to build a boat to save... Need someone to build a boat to save 2 of each animal? I know a guy. I like that one. Why do nurses like red crayons? Because they sometimes have to draw blood. Well, look what I did. Look, I don't know if it will show. See this here, this cut on my hand. Do you know how I did that? Opening my freezer drawer. So my freezer drawer, freezer's old. We need a new freezer. And the drawer has cracked in one place. So I opened it, actually it was putting my hand in, opened it, put my hand in to get something and scratched this on the crack. I know, Duncan's got an owie. I know, it's fine, I'll live. Here we go, right, what have we missed? Draw blood. What did Santa's sleigh cost? Nothing, it was on the house. I like that one. Good one, Megan. Megan, you've been doing brilliant ones today. I've loved your jokes today. What do you call a dinosaur that never gives up? A triceratops, Esme. Where are you getting them from? Tamsin says, we were listening. Good, I'm sure. A bear walked into a bar and said to the barman, I'll have a lemonade and a cola. The barman said, why the pause? The bear answered, dunno, I was born with them. Ha 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 ha. I like that without the last bit, but it's great joke, great joke. Beware of the freezer. Exactly, the freezer is dangerous. Now, I've got to choose a joke. Now, I'm sticking with it. Eclipse it. That's my winning joke for this week. That's my winning joke. It's too good. It's just too good. Eclipse it. I love it so much, but I've got to choose a grown-up one, and I think I'm going to go with... Oh, look, I've got to read these jokes and make a decision now. It's not easy. I think it's between two of them for me. It's between the colourblind one and No Change Yet. I feel they're so similar. Not similar, but similar in my mind as... can't decide. As somebody just... Oh, what did the drummer call his twin daughters? And a one, and a two. Okay, that was it. That was it. We were waiting for a joke to steal it for the grown-ups. Tamsin's done it. Alex agrees. He says he has to go, and Eclipse It was the best joke today. He's right. It was. And a one and a two. That's it's too good a joke, that one. It's going to just keep making me chuckle. Thank you very much. Amazing jokes this week. That's second. That's best for the grown-ups. So Tamsin, I think you won last week as well, Tamsin. Tamsin, that's 2 wins in on the trot for the grown-ups for you. But Esme, overall, just the overall winner by miles. Absolutely by miles. How does the man in the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. Just makes me laugh. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm not going to give you my usual spiel. You all know to subscribe. You all know to like this video. Liking the video is really important. If you could go back over my past videos and like all of them as well, that'd be incredible. And if you could comment on them like Tamsin keeps doing, it would be wonderful. The link is in the details are in the description if you want to make any donations. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back at 4 o'clock on Sunday for Shakespeare Sunday, where we're reading Julius Caesar, which I think was Megan's choice actually. And don't forget Alex tomorrow at 3 o'clock for Sing with Alex on the Real Power of Music page. Was Classic Schmassic won last week, didn't it? Yeah, my friend. Yes, he did win last week. So Tamsin, there you go. You finally got it back. It's got to be a couple of... do you know what, Megan? I've already given it. Save this. I'm not going to read your joke out that you've just done because that could win next week. It's really good. So I'm not going to read it out, Tamsin. It's going to come up on people's screens, but I'm not going to read it out so that you can do that one again next week, Megan, because that's such a good joke. Such a good joke. Right. That's me done. Thank you so much. I will pop us onto the final screen so that you can see all of the bank details and everything and the next couple of things that are coming up. Thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye, Facebook people. There, that was me saying goodbye to them. And goodbye to you on YouTube. You are all wonderful and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye-bye.